I'm just going to tell you a little story to get started. At the start of the pandemic, just before lockdown, I was in the gym on a running machine. Wasn't doing any running, I never do any running. I was walking on my running machine, but it struck me with all this anxiety and stuff that was going on. What really makes a difference? What really makes a difference is movement. So when I got home, I started up my daily dancing video in my Facebook group. And those of you who were around at the beginning of lockdown in 2020 may well remember them because they were very, very popular. I pressed the Facebook Live button in the Good Enough Counsellors group. I'd put on some music that everybody knew, like Dancing Queen, for example, and I would boogie away to disco music for the required time. It got a lot of attention in the group. A lot of people loved it, and a lot of people got up and joined in with me. I had so many people who just enjoyed it, and it really did sort of help to raise my profile. There's something about video that really connects people to you. In many ways, it can be more powerful than the actual spoken word. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's how you can harness that power of video in your private practice marketing. I'm going to share why video is so popular, what to do to overcome your fear around it, and that includes what tech to use. So if you've just started to watch me, welcome to my Live at 5. I'm Josephine Hughes. And those of you who don't know me, I run the Good Enough Counsellors group, and I also have a podcast called Good Enough Counsellors. But first of all, let's just wind back a little bit and think about your marketing. So I don't know if you're like me and you visit Psychology Today or Counselling Directory and look at other therapists' directory profiles. I do it a lot because that's what I help therapists to do, is write their profiles. And I have to say, sometimes it's really difficult to differentiate between people because there's only so many ways that you can say about the sorts of things that you work with and the sort of approach that you've got. There's only so many ways that can be said. And so after a while, if you read through those directory profiles, they can feel quite samey. But what I'd like just to tell you about is Julie Wales' website. So Julie's a counsellor that came on my live feed challenge that I did back again in lockdown, beginning of 2020. And I visited Julie's website yesterday. Julie has got at least a couple of videos on there that introduce clients to her. Her videos are just great. Julie looks so relaxed. She's able to talk about what therapy she does, the sorts of people that she works with. She comes across as just so lovely and kind. There is so much more that you can communicate with the power of video. If you think about it, when we were taught how to read people almost when we were listening and how to sort of hear what people were saying, one of the things that we talked about was the power of body language, and that actually as humans, we believe what we see in people's body languages much more than what they say. And I think part of the power of video is the fact that it shows you the person in the round, I want to say. But somehow there's something about video, it makes it so much more easy to understand and to see the person that you might be working with. And I think it really does help to fill out the written word. And that's why I'm talking about video. And while I'm talking about it, I'm just going to remind you is that I am doing a live feed challenge. There we go. It's coming up along the bottom of the screen. I'm going to leave that playing now. So you can come and join me for free, get a 4 days free help in learning how to be more confident on video, being more confident on camera. You never need to use it again. It doesn't mean if you come along that you're committed to making videos, but just what I want to do is help you feel more comfortable on video. We're going to do it all in a private Facebook group. You'll be amongst other people who are practicing, who are also getting it wrong. So you don't need to worry about that, because you won't be the only one. And what it is about helping you to be more confident on camera and doing a little bit of training around it as well. So if you'd like to do that, just go along to that Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/live video feed challenge. So let's just come back to some of the problems that you might be feeling a bit worried about. So I think one of the things that people really are concerned about with video is that they're really worried that they might not be able to do it very well. They think they're not good enough to be on video. And this can be everything from how you look on video, to how you sound on video, to how the hell do I do video? I don't know even how to get started. And I have got stuff on my podcast that could help you. For example, episode 21 of the Good Enough Counselors podcast is on tips if you're camera shy. But what I really want to tell you is that people value relatability and authenticity far, far more than they value video production quality. In other words, you can do what I'm doing. You can just press the go live button. You can go on video and people will still watch it and people will still enjoy it, because actually people are more interested in what you've got to say than whether or not you're a stone heavier than you'd like to be. Because the most important thing is the ability to help people and to communicate what you know. If you're you, if you're authentic, people are going to connect with you. There'll be some people that don't connect with you, and that's fine. They're not your people. But there will be other people who love what you do, who love what you've got to share. And so it just really, really helps you to create that connection. Now, the next thing that you might be worrying about is, help, I don't know how to do video. I'm using a really nice webcam, but so many laptops have webcams. If they're good enough for you to use on your online calls, they're good enough for you to record video. Zoom is fine. You can use Zoom to record videos if you're not doing a live video. It's absolutely fine. You just need a camera and an internet connection. And most of us have one of these. So you can use your phone to record video. That's actually all you need. It helps if you have a little tripod, but if you don't, you can do what I did at first, which was just prop my phone up against some boxes or books. That is absolutely all you need, and a willingness not to be perfect. And if you come into the live feed challenge group, you're going to be surrounded by other people who are not perfect. So you'll be all right. You'll be in good company. You know, we try and protect ourselves by trying to be perfect. But actually, you know, that just causes more barriers. It's just better to get out there and be imperfect and let people connect with the imperfect you, because after all, they're imperfect too. So the other thing that I think you might be thinking to yourself is, oh, no one's going to be interested in what I've got to say, or people are going to criticize me. We've got this tremendous fear of judgment. And then on the other hand, we've got this fear that, you know, we might do it and no one might like it, or they might not even be bothered to watch it. And it's sort of like, oh, go to all this effort and no one's going to watch it. It can be quite useful, actually, if there's not many people watching at the start, because you can make mistakes without many people seeing it. But over time, you will get better. And there's always going to be people who aren't interested in what you've got to say. That's just normal and usual. But equally, you may be surprised at how much more you know than you think you know, and how much more that you know than potential clients might know. And you think, well, yes, of course, you know, you've spent all this time getting your diploma, or your degree or your master's. You've actually done quite a lot of studying to get here. You do know quite a lot, plus the fact you've listened to a lot of people. So, you know, you've got a lot of learned experience from listening to people in your counselling. You definitely have got something to say. It's just a case of taking the stopper out of the bottle. And that's why I'm doing my live feed. Julie Wales came on my live feed challenge 4 years ago, and now look at her with her videos on her website. I'm so proud of her. Just remember that video is being prioritized by the social media platforms. The reason being is because people really like video. 80% of marketing professionals say that they think video increases sales. So why wouldn't you want to use this? It's going to mean that you can reach more people